Well, thanks very much for joining me again. But before I start, quickly whiz through the colours. We've got ultramarine, cad yellow, Payne's grey, alizarin crimson, raw sienna, burnt umber, light red. We've got the large one, Ranson Ake, and 15 by 11 Fabriano. So we'll start off with the big 8 brush and just give the paper just a little bit of water, not too much, just enough to stop it going all crinkly. I'm giving a bit of raw sienna down to there. I'm going to clean the brush. I'm giving a bit of ultramarine, just a bit of blue. This is just some sky we'll see between the trees. There's a reflection down below. Right, then I'm going to clean the brush again. I'm going into cad yellow. These are just distant trees, bushes, things growing. A bit strong that is, just lighten that a little bit. Just using clear water just to lighten that off. Putting down some reflections as I go along. Taking a little bit higher. And then all the way down to the bottom. Just a little bit darker in places. Not too much. Right, next I'm going to switch to the number 3 rigger, and these are a little bit closer now on the right hand side. Just want to stop all this paint from coming down. What I'll do, just set that up from the bottom. And then back to the rigger brush. Plenty of water, plenty of paint. And then reflections down below. Bit more paint, bit more water. Brush dries out very, very quickly. Pour down below what you've done above. Some on this side as well. This one's a little bit lower down on this side. So that bit of land's going to be about there, and this is going to come a little bit further down. Don't want them all at the same level. Just looks better when it's better layered when it's at different levels. You can see some of this as well. It's going on different stages of wet as the paper is. Some of it's going on soft, some of it's going on with harder edges. Just introduce a little bit of the umber just to darken some of these a little bit. And don't forget the reflections down below. And at this point, I'm just going to use a clean damp brush. I'm just going to do a bit of light red, bit of ultramarine, bit of cad yellow. I'm just going to work out where the land is. So let's bring it down. Something like that. Down those reflections at the same time. Let's give it there like that. This one's a lot lower, so that's coming down there like that. So it's sort of sweeping round this river is. Right, so we've got to sort of lay the land a bit better now. So a bit more brown, a bit more ultramarine, plenty of water because the brush will dry out very, very quickly. You see, because I'm a little bit stronger. Just put a little bit of reflection down there. So what I might do at this point is just give this, just make sure this is flat against the board, against the easel. And then what I might do is put another layer now in using the height brush. So all I'm doing, just dipping the tips into the water just to bring all the ears back together to a nice chisel edged. So you've got something like that. Pop in a few more of these. These big ones actually, I might have. Just do a few more with this brush. Switch to the height now. Bit of brown, bit of blue. Some big ones going in. Out that way. Get the reflections as you're going along. Just painting at the same time. I don't wait till the very end. You can do them all at the end afterwards. I just find it easy to do the reflections at the same time, that way I don't forget anything. Back to the little the rigger brush. I'm just gonna a few twigs and branches amongst all this lot. There in the reflections as well. I've also got some big ones going up here as well. Back to the rigger. A few little branches coming off. I'm just going to do a bit more on this land there. So let's get it a little bit stronger. Bit of light red, bit of ultramarine, bit of burnt umber. This riverbank, bit of ultramarine, and then while I've got that in, so I'll put that in quite thick to start with, so I'm going to wait for it to dry and go straight in with a piece of card. Just pop a few little rocks here and there. Pop something down on this left-hand side down there. Ultramarine. And this jot this head, something like that. Rocks down there, reflections, just make sure it's flat again. And then what I'll do, I use a bit of dry brushwork, I think. Let's get a few leaves on these trees. So, I'm not going to bother drying it. I'm just going to go squeeze the water out. Take the excess stuff out on the tea towel. Let's get some greens going. So I'm just going straight into the cad yellow to start with. That'll be the first one. There's a leaf scattered about here and there. Something down here as well. Add a bit of blue to it. You've got yellow, blue, some leaves up here as well. Try not to block everything in so you can't see straight through. So let's add a bit of Payne's grey to it as well now. It's got a really dark green going. Cad yellow, ultramarine, bit of Payne's grey. Reflections down there. Something around there as well. So what I'm going to do now is just get really dark shadowy areas. So I'm just adding plenty of Payne's grey, getting really dark now. Some of these bits. Little more rocks. Putting down some of these rock reflections down there. Just want to pull. Just going to use a clean damp brush now. Just take the excess off. So it's just clean damp brush. And I'm just going to pull straight across. It's just like ripples on the water. Not quite sure that's actually added anything, to be honest with you. I think I'll just stop like that, I think, before I make it any worse. I'm switching to the little rigger brush. Just getting a bit of brown, bit of blue. We'll stick a little bird up there. No, that looks a bit of a mess. There you go. Try that again. Back to the little rigger brush. That's a bit better. And then last but not least, I'm just going to stick me name down there and call this one finished. So let's see what it looks like with the mains on. This is the finished paint in the mains. If we go and have a closer look at it. So I started off with a bit of rose gin, and then we got the blue there, but just where you can see the sky through the trees, that was reflected down below. Then it was this distant bank there on the left, so you can see a bit of cad yellow there. very, very light tone, reflected that down, just gives something going on in the background. So essentially you got like 3 layers. You got this foreground layer there, then this middle ground, and then the back lighter tone stuff. So with that sort of light cad yellow background in, it was then a case of moving on to the middle ground. Now pulling at various stages of the drying process, you can see from the light toned trees right through to the stronger ones in the foreground, just to help create that sense of depth. Both would use in the hake and the rigger brush, just for some of the lighter twigs. Same here on this left hand side. Put these twigs and trunks in at various stages of the drying process as the paper was drying. Then plenty of dry brushwork to suggest a load of leaves and foliage amongst all the trees. And again on this left hand side, although I was careful not to block it in too much because I wanted to see plenty of this background colour behind. And then amongst all these darks here, I've scraped in a few rocks along the shoreline here and there, pulled down some of the reflections as well as I went along. A few more rocks here on the left hand side as well on this closer bank. These sweeps of the brush, they're meant to be like ripples on the water. I think I've made a bit of a mess of it, to be honest with you. I think it looked better before I put them in, but never mind. And finally got a little bird up there in the sky. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy that. You can always catch me over on Patreon if you want to watch more videos. The link down in the description. Paintings are all for sale on the eBay shop. So until next time, thanks for watching. Keep practicing. Any questions, please ask, and I'll see you again soon.